Do you remember the taxi, the backseat? You kissed me, and you kept playing Britney on repeat. It killed me. We watched The Shining 12 times. You liked when I held you tight. So why'd you let me go? It's all water under the bridge. Won't blame you for what you did. Chose you and you chose him. Water under the bridge, but I'm drowning in it. Water under the bridge, but I'm drowning in it. Have you shown him the tattoo that I drew for you? With a pen in the bathroom at 18, we went to a sketchy tattoo parlor. We hid it from your mother. Does she still ask about me? It's so hard to run to the bridge. Friends say it's time to forgive. Chose you and you chose him. Water under the bridge, but I'm drowning in it. Water under the bridge, but I'm drowning in it. Water under the bridge, but I'm drowning in it. Sometimes I think I'm fine, but some tears just don't dry. So now when I cry, sometimes I think I'm fine, but some tears just don't dry. So now when I cry, yeah. So water under the bridge, you know that I can't swim. I chose you and you chose him. Water under the bridge, but I'm drowning in water under the bridge. Won't blame you for what you did. Chose you and you chose him. Water under the bridge.
Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Heaven knows. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind does in fact continue, and we are here with some more banger matchups. I'm joined once again by someone I haven't casted with in quite a while, actually. How you doing, Ben Yeagers?
You know, merely I got 9 hours of sleep last night, so I'm doing pretty fantastic. I'm ready for this matchup. I did my research, you know, which I can't always say I do. It should be a good match though that we have here tonight.
It should, in fact, and heading into the Challenger League, we have the Hellcats going up against Dissolved. Should be a pretty good matchup. Both these teams starting out the season 1 and 2, both in the negative right now, but one of them is going to pull back to at least being equal. And can you tell me a little bit about the players on each of these teams, Jaegers?
Absolutely. The two players that stand out to me, one is on the Hellcats, Blueberry, 1603. If I'm not mistaken, he was in the league last season, excuse me. And I believe he's number 2 on the highest MMR of Challenger, right behind our very own Magic Pepperoni. And the second player that stands out to me is BMore99. If I'm not mistaken, was prospect last season. And his goal total was ridiculous.
Yeah, I believe you're correct on all of those fronts. Good job doing your research. This man did have the pad and pen and paper writing stuff down, so he's truly dedicated to the craft. But with that said, I think we do have everyone in the lobby here. We're going to begin things underway very shortly. And one last question for you before we begin here, Jaegers. Who is going to win this matchup?
That's a tough one, Merely. I know you want to bet. I don't think we're doing it tonight. I not 100% sure. I'm taking Dissolved in this one. I think it's gonna be a 3-1 Dissolved win.
3-1 dissolved win. All right. Well, you heard it here first. We have also been corrected on that front. Bmar was on dissolved last season. I guess I fell prey to the fake news as well. That's unlucky, but it doesn't matter as we're getting into things here. He was challenger last season, and he'll get his chance to shine in challenger this season. Starting things off quickly as Blueberry in the corner here trying to make something happen. Won't quite be able to happen as this one coming all the way across. Hardy Point trying to take control here. Looking to actually get a demo on the last defender, and that one was very close to coming through. Blueberry with the follow-up. And the defense in shambles for Dissolved, but they do manage to get the ball out, at least for now.
And yeah, one thing I'm really noticing, Merely, is that Ice Griff is in this game. The lowest MMR on the roster. I'm not sure if maybe Swan is the official sub or if he had something going on tonight. But regardless, look for Ice Griff to make some plays.
And yeah, I did see that as well, as we almost had that. That might have been a bit of an open net miss there. It looks like it may have been scoreable. Nonetheless, the score will remain even. And Ice Griff here, I saw him there. He was the lowest MMR, but you know, sometimes if you find that chemistry with the right players, MMR doesn't matter too much. It's all about who works the best together. We'll have to see if this Ice Griff decision will pay off, as Davey almost putting one in the back of the net, but so far the defense holding strong. This is a bit of a quiet game one here. Not much action so far, but you know, it's a sharp contrast, as that's a huge pinch. It's just barely going to go over the top of the read. Almost there. Some insane plays coming out from Dissolve, just not quite able to make it happen. But that pinch was something of greatness.
It absolutely was, and Yami almost had the read off the double, but the Hellcats did well to get it away. And another thing I am noticing is Davey, also the lowest MMR player on Dissolved, playing for them, and if you look at it, leading the scoreboard right now.
He is, in fact, on the top of the scoreboard, but it won't matter when Blueberry comes through. We talked about him before as well, and he will be the first to strike in game one.
Bmar just the unfortunate miss, and Blueberry strikes first back of the net, and not a man too soon.
Been a defensive game so far, but finally, the first blow is struck, and Bmar there, an awkward position, wasn't able to get the ball out. Dissolved after putting on some pressure of their own. Will concede the first goal, but plenty of time left in this one. Still over half the game to make something happen. Xiaomi trying to find a little bit of a pass, it looked like, over there. Won't quite be able to find his teammate. The ball is sent right back. Here comes Davi. Looking for the touch off the backboard. No boost to work with anything. He will be sent away. It's hard pointy, trying to get this one to Blueberry. A little bit of awkwardness. This could be an opportunity for Dissolve. They have to try and get something going here. The lead is not too large, but it's always best to equalize with time remaining. Give yourself some room to work with. So that's just what Yumi's trying to do. Can't quite get it there. Davi trying to get this one out, but just falls back to Bmar. Now here comes Davi once again looking for the corner. Can't quite find the read. Is that one going to escape him? But Dissolve still have pressure here as Yami looks for the fake, but no one challenged him immediately. He'll just be dunked straight out. Davi with a tough read. Very impressive angle he managed to get, but no boost in the goal line. Luckily, the shot not coming through, and I mean, this has been an incredibly defensive game so far. Dissolved, even though they have had some pressure, just haven't been able to find anything yet.
Absolutely, Merely. And if you look at the shot total, 2 shots apiece of the teams. Like, neither team wants to overextend in game one, and we always talk about it, whether it's stream nerves, whether it's just trying to fuel out the other roster. This has been a very slow game one, and it can only go up from here.
It can only go up for one team. I'm sure Hellcats would have some room to go down if they did manage to get scored on, but right now their defense is looking good. And, you know, we were talking about Icegriff being the lowest MMR player in here, or at least on the Hellcats roster. But I'm going to be completely honest, he looks like the fastest player on the pitch right now. He's just flying around, getting challenges, just making it difficult for Dissolve to get anything going. And here comes Blueberry, can't get the air dribble, gets bumped out. Dissolved, running out of chances. They need to find something quick. Davi can't make that touch there. Will have to be sent right back to the drawing board as Icegriff getting this one center. Hard pointing, can't get the shot on net, but is close as Blueberry sends it off the backboard once again. Icegriff won't be able to make the touch that time. And Hellcats are keeping on this pressure. Only 20 seconds left, and they're looking for another goal. Beamar hardly any boost to work with here. The net is completely open. Davi will manage to get back just in time, but Dissolve needs to do more than just survive now. Have to get something going, have to get something out, and hard pointing just gonna shut that right down. Doesn't have that much in terms of points, but it's a huge play to disallow Dissolve from getting anything going. Time has run out, and the Hellcats will take game one in an incredibly, I'll say once again, an incredibly defensive game one.
Yeah, and I mean Icegriff just popping off for them. Uh, I have been seeing that name a lot in six man. So I mean, sometimes playing with those higher ranked players, those rivals and titans of the league, it makes you play a little bit faster. And like you said, Icegriff looked like the fastest one on the pitch. And on the flip side, Dissolved, all their offense seemed to be from just getting long clears, boomer ball, and trying to meet the ball up in the air. That hasn't worked for them so far, but I mean, it's still game one merely.
Yeah, still game one and plenty of room to work with. It wasn't a blowout by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, other than that one mistake from the Dissolve defense, everything was pretty rock solid on their front, coming out with 4 saves in total, as the Hellcats were putting on a good amount of pressure as well. But both teams staying solid. It's just, it seems like this series might be one where it's just the battle of making the least mistakes, which you could say it's always that. But sometimes it's a lot more chaotic than that. And in this game, everyone seems to be playing very conservatively. Maybe Dissolved here need to introduce some element of chaos to the equation.
And we always talk about merely bringing out the demo plays, putting the other team in chaos. And I mean, if Dissolve can't get anything going on offense, they might want to start pulling out the demo plays.
The demos are always a good last resort, or even first resort if you're the likes of some people. It's a valid as strategy as any. We haven't really seen it be applied here yet. It's this one, a little bit awkward in that Hellcat side of things, but they will manage to get it out. Icegriff looking for another touch, gets it past one. Blueberry there with the shot, and Davi won't be able to get there. A nice play to start off game 2 from the Hellcats.
Yeah, no, and Blueberry just kept putting shots on target last game. He had 4, I believe, getting started early. And I mean, this Hellcats team just picking up right where they left off in game 2.
And they certainly are. It took a while for the first goal to be scored in game 1, but not very long at all in game number 2 here. Hellcats, the ones to do it once again. You're Dissolved. You really have to try and change up something as Davi misses the ball on a really, I mean, I'm going to say just easy touch, so you really can't be missing those. Maybe a little bit of stream nerves coming out as another miss from Davi off the backboard. Almost leads to disaster. But luckily, his teammates are there to clear it out. It's hard pointing coming through now. Gonna look for the touch off the corner. Beamar there to meet him, but it's still sent to the middle. Davi gonna get past, and hard pointing gets a touch, but that actually just sets it up perfectly for Yame. And finally, Dissolve does it. They get on the board.
No, merely that was rough. Yami put a shot. It wasn't on target, but I mean, if I'm not sure who that was, but if he just let it go, it was going wide. And I mean, that they could have still had the lead there.
Yeah, and it's a ball where it's fine to go for, but you have to be very careful about what your touch does. And in that case, I mean, it just sets it up as a double touch coming through. Beamar couldn't quite finish it off. That was a perfect opportunity, but it will be sent away. Still, good signs of life from Dissolved here, who have managed to claw their way back to at least equilibrium in game number 2 here. Davi coming through, tries to get the last flick. Will get dunked out. They're applying even more pressure now. Starting to get more aggressive. I like what I'm seeing from them. It feels like Dissolved has switched it up just by getting a little bit more aggressive with their challenges, trying to push through this Hellcats defense. And so far, it seems to be working out.
It really is. I mean, that was a dangerous play. It was a hard shot by Ice Griff, but I mean, he was already up in the air for it. And Dissolve doing a very good job of getting the ball clear. And right now, they are leading the Hellcats in terms of shots, which isn't much to say, as Dissolved only has 2 shots to their name. But look, it's something.
It's something indeed, and something that they'll be happy to see if they can't get anything else. But they'll be even happier to see another one in the back of the net. They'll be most happy if they can manage to at least take a game here. You never want to go down 2-0. Not the spot you want to find yourself in, as this is a tough read off the sidewall. Ice Griff going to barely make the touch, but he gets blocked out a little bit. Davi now looking for the low shot. Hard pointy there to meet it. This time his goalkeeping is on point. Yami going to look for something here, trying to get off the corner. Can't quite find the touch middle as Ice Griff sends it away. He does get the double touch to keep it moving down the field. Davi now going to come off his own backboard, trying to get the air dribble, but Blueberry already ready to meet him there. As this one almost an open net, but the bounce did not favor the Hellcats. As Beemar will be able to easily save away this shot. Beemar now continuing to press, continuing to look for some type of advantage. But really, it's been, I mean, it has been biting on nails trying to find any sort of advantage in this series so far. Seems like neither team is really ready to give anything, but that's okay, because Blueberry's going to take it anyways, coming through and getting a second for the game.
Really, you said neither team had an advantage, and meanwhile, while you were saying that, I just saw Blueberry floating closer and closer to the ball. The open net there, and he just puts in the back of the net for the second goal of the game.
And Blueberry has been a menace. You can't really let him have those free shots. The defense was in an awkward position to deal with it, and they were not able to send it away at all. Blueberry, you have to imagine, is going to be scoring those layups most of the time, as Yame almost able to get his own there. Not quite able to make contact, though, and that's a play that Dissolved might wish they had back when all is said and done. Still a minute left, but it has not been easy to come by goals in this series. The game been a little bit more generous, but still difficult. Ice Griff here, trying to make something happen. And I mean, what is it really here that Dissolved has to do to try and put a hold on this momentum that Hellcats are garnering?
I mean, the Hellcats just putting shots on target, and on defense, they're just outplaying them. Dissolved has shots. They have as many shots as the Hellcats, just not as productive. The main difference is they're just not finding the back of the net.
They haven't so far. That's a huge touch from Blueberry, who has been, on the contrary, getting every touch he needs to. The fast challenge off the ceiling from Ice Griff, not allowing any opportunity for Dissolve to plant their feet and try to make something happen. Now 16 seconds left. Dissolved have to try and press the issue. This one going over the top of one, but Blueberry once again in the perfect position, and they're just going to try to suffocate for the remaining seconds. Just not let Dissolve get out of their half. Davi with a slow air dribble. This one still will be up. And Yame will manage to get this one across. Blueberry to the corner. Yame keeping it up. That one a little bit dangerous, but is sent away. Ice Griff going to send this one, and the ball is sent all the way back to Dissolve's half. If they want to make anything happen here, they have to keep it up, but they can't. In a difficult position to be in, they're not able to make the heroic play, and Hellcats win another very close game, this time 2-1.
And Dissolve needs to do something now. They're on the verge of getting swept and going down 1-3 in the season. Granted, it's still very early, but I mean, you want to get that good start. You want to at least break even. And the Hellcats, they're just doing everything right. They're getting all the pressure. They're playing well on defense. Ice Griff is actually popping off. Me and you didn't expect him to start, and right now he's carrying this Hellcats team.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say carrying. I think Ice Griff is playing his role extremely well, but it seems to me like it's more of a team effort, especially with that duo of Ice Griff and Blueberry playing off each other very well. They're just playing solid Rocket League, and they're just waiting for Dissolve to make mistakes, and whenever Dissolve does make those mistakes, they're immediately getting punished for them. And it's kind of as simple as that. If Dissolve keep trying to play the same game that the Hellcats are presenting, which is that that basically play style of fundamentally correct Rocket League, they're going to keep getting blown out of the water, in my opinion. They have to try and switch up, get more aggressive there with their rotations. I mean, we saw it in the last game as well, Jaegers. They started to get more aggressive with their rotations. They started to cut earlier and challenge earlier, and they managed to at least get a foothold in the presence of the Hellcats. But then they kind of went back to their passive ways, and it really felt like at least game 2 was over after that.
No, yeah, I mean, just this Hellcats team is just it just seems like they're doing everything right. They're not overly aggressive. They're playing to their strengths, it seems like, and just waiting for Dissolve to make a mistake. Dissolve's really outplaying themselves right now.
Yeah, it's been those little tiny mistakes that don't even come that often, but when they do happen, they make a big impact on the game for Dissolve. But here's a good opportunity. Beamar will have a chance to shoot. Icegriff might have had it covered, but this touch off the backboard will allow the play to stay alive. Hard pointy. Gonna clear that one out. Dissolved, with these chances on net, they're able to get the pressure. They're able to get some shots, but the Hellcats on the other end of things are just remaining so solid on defense every time, managing to find those clears, managing to find those touches. Let's see what Dissolved can do. Here comes Beamar, hang it off the corner. Dobby gonna look to interrupt this one. The pinch is sent right back in Dissolve's half. Blueberry looking for the side. Dobby will meet it there. This one's sent all the way across the pitch, but once again, Hardpointy just ready for that one. This one gonna bounce off the corner a little awkwardly. Icegriff's still ready, and that seems to be the main theme, is just that the Hellcats are ready for everything that Dissolved is throwing at them. If you're Dissolved, you have to try to give the Hellcats something that they aren't going to be prepared for.
No, yeah, this Hellcats rotation is just too clean at the moment. They're playing off each other. They're finding holes in the defense, and really they're putting the pressure. They're pressuring Dissolved, and they're just waiting for them to make a mistake. That's been their game plan, and so far it's been working out for them.
It has been working out fantastically, but they still don't have any goals. And hold up, this one actually going to roll all the way into the Hellcats side of the net, and that's the first advantage Dissolved has had.
And I mean, Davy it's just gotta be an unfortunate play by Icegriff, and Dissolved is going to take that every day. This is the first lead they had in this series, and hopefully, if you're a Dissolve fan, hopefully they build off of it.
They really have to try to. If you can't build on it, at least hold on to it. Easier said than done against the likes of the Hellcats, who have looked very good in this series so far, but we haven't seen them play from behind yet. They have not been scoring goals at a ridiculously fast rate. They have been scoring quality goals. Here comes Yami, trying to take control in this corner. We'll get a flick past one. Blueberry there to meet it. That one's off the corner. This could be a little bit dangerous for Dissolved. Beamar with a soft touch out. Icegriff looking to outplay in the corner here. Looking to send it down. Hard Pointy there. That's a huge pass play, but Hard Pointy couldn't quite get the power. Oh, wait. Wait a second. What exactly happened here?
I mean, just a good accurate pass back post. Beamar wasn't expecting. Yami was backwards. He tried a half flip into position. But, I mean, Blueberry just going to catch the Dissolved defense slipping.
And catch them slipping indeed. It's an unfortunate outcome. There were 3 players in net there for Dissolve, but no one was ready to cover that small portion of the net. I mean, it went in so slowly. That is a very unfortunate goal to concede. That's got to hit the mental a little bit. The Dissolved have to remember that they're still in this one. There's still plenty of time left. They were able to get one lead. They just need to be able to take another one before this is over. Hardpoint sending this one out. Beamar with another soft touch will allow them to retain control. But Blueberry just shutting it down so quickly, getting it center, and that one. Oh, that would have been dangerous if that block did not come out. But it does, and in hindsight of that, Dissolved will be able to stay up.
No.
That's not the touch you want. Dobby can't get there. The missed corner read, and it all falls apart. It's these mistakes for Dissolved.
And Yami just barely missing the touch. Icegriff capitalizing it past Davi. And I mean, with a minute 21 left, Dissolved will do what they can to fend off the sweep. But I mean, this Hellcats team just has all the momentum, really.
And this is all too familiar a position for Dissolve by now in this series. It's so frustrating to go down one goal and
Oh
know that if you
my.
could just bring it back, and you might be able to take a game. First, they have to do just that. Yame getting this one downfield. That was a huge demo. I think if the shot was on target, it might have been able to sneak through, but there's no time to think about that now if you're Dissolved. Just keep pressing, keep pushing forward, and keep trying to get something going. There's a big miss from the Hellcats. This one will be sent center. Icegriff getting blocked out, but his teammate does manage to come through. Now 39 seconds left. Blueberry looking for the double touch. Yami in a great position to deal with that one, sending it off the backboard. They have to do more than play great defense now. They have to find something on offense. Blueberry with a huge pre-flip out to the center. Will be sent only as so far as a dissolved player. Beemar will send this to the corner. Awkward read. Beemar trying to make something of it, but he can't find a shot. He can't find anything. Hard point. He getting this one past, and it's a
Oh,
wide open net if Blueberry
Blueberry!
can get there,
No
and of
way!
course he can. A thematic ending as Blueberry comes through with the finish.
Dude, just pre-jump from half field. I love it. And with that one, Hellcats are 2 goals up on Dissolve with 11 seconds left. And barring something ridiculous, Hellcats are going to take this one in a sweep.
I don't really think there's
Oh.
wait.
Up,
No,
up,
no, no,
up.
no, 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 no. There's no way, right? Right?
Right? Davey gets a nice touch off the sidewall past the defense. And just a little bit of life gets breathed into this Dissolve team's reverse sweep chances.
7 seconds. 7 seconds to find one more goal to prevent the entire sweep. It is up on 1 second. Wait, that could be it. But Blueberry,
Oh.
of course, he gets the finishing goal and the finishing save. Clutch in times where his team needs him. And the Hellcats, I mean, they were still probably feeling confident, but they managed to pull off the sweep with a bit of a wild ending there, I will say.
Look, that ramped up in the last 10 seconds. That was ridiculous. Uh the comeback was too little too late merely, but that would have been a sight to see.
Yeah, oh man, I wish Blueberry wasn't so good in this series. I would have loved to see the overtime. But unfortunately for Dissolved, who honestly you gotta feel like Dissolved played pretty well. Their defense for the most part was solid. They just weren't able to output goals at the same rate that the Hellcats were. A brilliant performance from those Hellcats. And I think we might actually be getting an interview up in here, since that was a pretty fast game. And indeed we do. We've got Ice Griff here up in the booth. How you feeling, Ice Griff?
Feeling great.
Good to hear. I mean, after getting the sweep, you gotta be. Can you tell me a little bit about what your guys' game plan was going to this one? Did you really know what to expect?
Well, this is the second time we've played together, and we figured out that we're all very mechanical, so we can trust each other very well, which makes our rotations feel very smooth. That was our game plan: just rotate well and just trust each other.
Yeah, it definitely seemed to work out. I mean, it seemed like rotations wise, you guys always had someone back, ready to deal with any counter attack or anything that might have been dangerous towards the net. Just kind of very solid Rocket League. So if you said this was your second time playing together, is this your guys' main roster?
This is our main roster now. Yep.
Oh, okay, nice. And I gotta ask, so going up against Dissolved, you guys did take them in the sweep, some close games, but you guys still felt like you won pretty comfortably. I gotta ask, what's the team in Challenger that you're most scared of, or you think will be your biggest challenge right now?
To be honest, we've been really busy with just getting our team built. So I think give it a few more weeks or a few more games, and then we'll have some better competition to compare to. I don't really have a single team we're worried about right now.
Okay, okay, that's fair. Yeah, you gotta focus on yourself first. Jaegers, you got anything you want to ask our champion of the day in Challenger?
Not really a question, just a more of a props to you. You popped off, and I mean, if this is the second time playing with that roster, I, I might be speaking for all challenger teams out there, but I'm terrified to face you later on in the regular season.
Yeah, well, we're pretty pretty happy with how things have turned out with the trading. So,
Yeah, I think you guys have every right to. All right. Well, thanks for joining us in the booth, Ice Griff. It was a pleasure watching you play, and good luck with the rest of your season. Of
thank you. Thanks for having me.
course. All right. And that was Ice Griff himself, the man who popped off today in the series. Really big impact on the game. And really, that one was just pretty fun overall to watch, I gotta say, Jaegers.
No, it really was. I mean, it was a sweep, but it wasn't a blowout. Every game was close, and either team could have won each game. It just worked out that way. That was just so happened to be a sweep.
Yeah, it was very different from the last game I casted with the Rockerman, where the average goals per game was 9.3, I believe. Quite a different. It was nice to see a defensive series.
Oh yeah, I mean, it makes you more excited when you actually see a goal. Whenever it's not 10 of them in a game, so it's
Absolutely.
more hard to come by. So
All right, and before we do head to a break, big shout out to Blazin' Biscuit coming through with a whopping 32 months subscription. Thank you for that once again, Biscuit, the goat of Nemesis, some might argue. I would argue.
I would argue that
And that's an
absolutely.
insane streak. I think that's definitely up there for longest standing subscriber. Probably Rockerman's a little bit longer, but absolute goat on the subs, on the sticks. But yeah, coming up after this, I believe we are staying in the Challenger League.
Uh, yeah, looks
We
like it.
are, yes. Okay, coming up after this, we do have another Challenger game. We've got the Griffins versus Orbit. Should be another good matchup. So make sure you stick around, guys, and we will be right back after this short break.
See ya.
Lot of blinded hearts could withstand cold. We were catching diamonds in the rain, letting precious water through the drain. We buried the hatchet right into my back end. Look what you've done. The last one that's laughing, the last one that's standing is the one with the gun. And I thought you were different, but you kept a knife hidden in your silver tongue. You buried the hatchet right into my back end. Now I'm slowly building up a throne from all the sticks and stones that you have thrown. But all your words still haunt me like a ghost, yeah. How do you sleep at night, night, night? You made your bed and lie. 'Cause you cut me cursive on where everyone paid, and look what you've done. Oh, how do you sleep at night, night, night?
We're like a fox and a rabbit. You're acting like Alice. You're chasing me down with your proverbial damage. I'm broken and branded, and now I'm slowly building up a throne from all the sticks and stones that you have thrown. But all your words still haunt me like a ghost. Yeah.
How do you sleep at night, night, night? You made your bed and
Welcome back, everyone. We've got yet another matchup here today. Now, I am joined by a little bit of a newbie here. It's his first game on stream, but he's been around for a minute. What's going on, Iro? How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good myself. Had a sweep in the first matchup, but at least it was a little bit of an interesting sweep. It was still close games. But I am hoping that this one is not a sweep, so we can actually get some good content. We've got the Griffins going up against Orbit here, and I've got a feeling this is going to be, if not a good one, then at least an interesting one.
I agree. I'm going to start off with the rosters here, as we have a little bit of a change with... We have Rogue subbing up for the Griffins, making it Monk, Rogue, and Jtron against DJD, Spork, and Scraps. These both seem like pretty solid rosters, I cannot lie. Who do you think is going to take the cake on this one, Mir?
It's kind of hard to say with the sub up of Rogue. He is a prospect player. He is a goated prospect in the Rogue we all know and love. But I'm not sure how he's going to fare in Challenger here. It could throw a wrench in things a little bit for this team here. But with Owen on there, I mean, Owen was one of the better players in Challenger last season. Always a solid contender. On the other side of things, though, with DJD, Spork, and Scraps, Spork been around for a while. His first season back in a while, but him and DJD both been around for a while, and they're going to have the experience. So it's tough to say. I think I'd have to lean towards Orbit here just because of the prospect sub up. But what are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to take this one, Iro?
I'm going to have to agree with that, and especially since overall Orbit has only won a single game to their 2 losses against Griffins, I feel like they're going to even out the score here.
Yeah, and they might do just that, but we'll have to wait and see as I thought we were going to get underway, but it looks like we are waiting on something. All right, looks like we might be waiting on a name change. But while we wait for that, I guess we can talk a little bit more about this. So Owen, I believe, was on the Griffins last season as well, if I'm not incorrect, which I definitely could be. A lot of team changes in this season as well. But Spork's return season here, he was a rival player before, so that could give a little bit even more of an advantage to Orbit here.
Well, you never know, because a lot of the rival players that have gotten bumped down are still playing against each other. So I don't want to say that the MMR change made a huge difference as we get underway here, but I feel like this will still be closer than we think.
And it just might be. What you said is 100% true. As a player who did drop from Rival last season, actually, into the Challenger League, it turned out that even though you were dropping from Rival, you were facing a significant amount of other players. Has a huge shot already going to the top left corner. Spork trying to follow it up. Can't quite get there. And already the pressure mounting from Orbit, looking to start things off hot here. They do not want to give Griffins even a chance to get settled under these conditions. But here comes Rogue, the prospect player himself. The GOAT trying to make his impact known. Can't quite get that shot on target. But Griffin's fighting back a little bit here as Scraps trying to clear that one out. 2 players up as Jtron and Rogue both kind of going for the same ball. But neither of them will be able to make anything happen quite yet. It's Owen looking to the corner here. Looking to get a pass out. And actually, it does get past one. That was a bit of an unfortunate miss. Won't lead to anything just yet as we're seeing a bit of chaos in these early seconds. We usually see this with stream games. Sometimes it takes a minute for players to settle the nerves a little bit. We are seeing quite a few double commits coming out as Jtron almost got the pass over to Rogue. Wasn't quite there though. Rogue himself trying to take it all the way through. Won't be able to make anything happen just yet. And so far, it does seem like we're seeing a little bit of nerves, players settling in, and a few mistakes being made, but nothing capitalized on just yet here, Iro.
I'm going to have to agree with you on the nerves, but one thing that I feel like, I hope it doesn't really catch off the Griffins, but Rogue actually, I don't know if he feels like he has a lot to prove as a lower ranked player in this lobby, but it looks like he's keeping up very well. No incredible mistakes compared to the other two. He's doing his thing, making sure that his team makes plays, and he's just trying to fit in.
And so far, no huge plays made just yet. We are still very slow to the start of this game. 2 minutes gone by. Both teams just in a stalemate currently. Jtron trying to get this one over the top, but it'll be sent away. Huge clear by Spork. Owen will be able to get it past one, but Spork there once again. He's been looking fast so far. Looking to try and take advantage of every loose ball. So here comes DJD, looks for the flip reset, gets it beneath one, but Jtron remaining solid on the goal line. Be able to send that one out. Jtron here now on the reverse, trying to look for the goal. Owen will be there for the follow-up, and it's Griffins actually who strike first.
Yeah, this was a great, I don't want to say too great play by the Griffins. I feel like it was more on orbit of a play, but it was great by them to be there whenever they needed to be.
That's what it's all about, capitalizing on those mistakes when they come through. Orbit was looking pretty good on defense for the majority of the first half of this game, but all it took was that one mistake. The open net was allowed, and Owen's never going to miss those. Give him that ball, he's going to hit 999 times out of 1,000. And now it is the Griffins, perhaps the underdogs in this matchup, who take the first lead. Owen getting it out to Jtron, tries to take the shot, but Spork there to block it away. Try to take control here, and will manage to 50 through. Has a little bit of space to work with, but Owen already trying to cut him off. That's a huge boost steal. Spork able to take the 100 in the corner, but it might not matter as Rogue coming through looking for the redirect. Does manage to get on target. The bump coming through on the goal line, but Griffins not able to take advantage of that just yet. They might be able to take advantage of this though. DJD barely managing to get that touch as Griffins pressured just non-stop right now. Jtron can't make the shot, but it is the Griffins in the driver's seat, and I gotta say, they are really bringing it to Orbit right now.
It's a real shock. Orbit has not been able to get anything going really, other than that little own goal. The biggest issue that I've been seeing right now is they just haven't been looking for each other. They can easily have the ball around the field if they could just find each other. But that's a nice little shot by Owen. Nice little pass from himself, actually, just to dink it in.
That was, sometimes the ceiling is the best passer. I like that goal explosion too with the jigsaw. Pretty nice, and a solid play from Owen. He just manages to get over the top of Spork, and I mean, so far, Griffins have just been playing relatively safe, not making many mistakes, and they've had their chances due to Orbit fumbling around a little bit. So here might come another one. Jtron looking for the flick. The demo in front. The flick doesn't quite have enough heat on it. They're just trying to play keep away here. Although that's a little bit awkward. Jtron will manage to get to that one. And Rogue just ready on the backboard, ready for anything that Orbit can throw at them. But are they ready for this? This one off the top of the backboard, but the follow-up not there. It's Rogue once again, making it there first. And Griffins continue to retain control. It's a huge demo from Scraps, trying to open up some space, but the ball is sent right back, and that'll give Griffins plenty of time to consolidate, plenty of time to get back in the game. Now Orbit need to go fast if they want to come back in game number 1 here.
Yeah, Orbit just needs to stop being so scared at some plays. Like, that was perfect if he could just get the ball a little bit lower. That's all he needed. But they just need to get the aggression going. I feel like once they get the aggression going, they're going to keep up their momentum. Oh, it was a nice little dunk, but almost. Only counts with hand shoes and horde grenades. Wait,
it will be the Griffins. Oh, they almost got that last second goal to get a third one, but won't quite get there. And, Orbit, even though they didn't get any goals, they had a decent amount of pressure, managing to take 5 shots there. And we did see even right off the bat, they were nailing that crossbar consecutive times, just not able to get that shooting accuracy under wraps. And due to that, they weren't able to score anything. What do we think? Is this just a warm-up game? Are Orbit about to come out and completely switch it up in game number 2?
I hope this is a warm-up game. Like I said, they got to stop being so scared of everything. They keep backing off. They only send one person forward for any play. They need at least 2 to take on 3 people on defense.
Yeah, and I did like that they were going for some demos towards the end there. Scraps especially, I did see trying to open up space, but they just weren't able to capitalize on anything that they were trying to make work for them. And at the end of the day, it will be the 2-goal deficit that gets the better of them. Let's see if they can bring it back in game number 2 here. So right off the kickoff, Jatron might have an open net. Couldn't quite find the read. A little bit of danger there for Orbit, but they do manage to survive through it. Owen getting this ball to the side, as this one will be sent right back into Orbit's half. They have to try and take control here. Try and get this ball out of Griffin's possession and try and make some plays of their own. It's all going to start with getting that one. That's across to DJD. I think he might have had a shot there, actually, but he elected to go for what looked like a pass instead, and I just don't know if that was the correct play.
It was really close. Right now, this back and forth situation, it's not too good for either team. It doesn't look like either team can get anything going, and whenever they do, they immediately fumble it.
And so far, it's been the Griffins who have done less fumbling, managing to get 2 nice goals of their own. And there might be another one. Jatron this time coming through with the redirect from all the way out of the pitch. A nice goal to start off game 2.
Just the read off of the side wall and the capability to beat everybody else on the field to get it perfectly away from the defenders. Beautiful.
And a nice little top shelf shot there. Griffins picking right back up where they left off in game number 1. And they are really looking, I mean, I gotta say, as a team, they are just looking more composed. This might be another opportunity. Owen had the shot, but he wasn't quite able to record that one. And I mean, Rogue, I gotta say, Rogue does not look out of place at all here. He absolutely looks like he belongs in this lobby.
He, like I said in game 1, he feels like he has something to prove, and he is definitely proving himself here. I genuinely would have said that he was another challenger player if I didn't know who he was beforehand. He just fits in so well.
He is fitting in quite well so far. We'll have to see if he can maintain it throughout the series, but it seems like his baseline, at least, is excellent and very conducive to success for the Griffins. We're looking at another lead. That one off the post. Scraps can't quite get the follow-up. He'll get blocked away. And Orbit trying to maintain control here as Spork in the corner. It's a touch to the middle, but no Orbit players ready for that. I think DJD could have gone to that one, but instead he hesitates. He tries to get a fake out. Now Orbit trying to look for more creative ways to score, but I mean, Iro, I don't want to say that's the wrong way to look at creative ways to score, but it seems like these plays would be fine if the standard way of scoring was working out for Orbit. They're trying to go for the creative plays when they can't even get the basics down.
They just need to either slow themselves down on defense to start up a play, or they just need to go full force. They need to start getting bumps and demos in. Every time that they go for a shot, they have 3 people in the net. Just like that, and they just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's one thing to hit the ball directly at one defender in net, but if you hit it at 2, it's probably not going to work out so well. Once again, it just seems like this accuracy for Orbit is not quite on point now. And with half of game 2 gone, looking at going down 2-0, they have to try and get something quickly. Spork just completely missing a fairly free touch. Won't be able to get any momentum off of that one. There's a little bit of an overcommit, but Jatron, once again, in the midfield, just keeping on this pressure, and that's really what the Griffins have been so good at in this series. The pre-jump from Rogue from a mile out. I can't believe what we're seeing here as the Griffins just holding strong, not letting Orbit get anything of their own. Even Jatron getting a demo on DJD there, ensuring that this offensive attack does not come for anything fruitful from Orbit's side of things. Rogue getting this one out. DJD will pop it up, but once again, it's Jatron there first. That's off the backboard. No follow-up this time, but it's just the fact that the Griffins seem to be able to get the ball back on offense whenever they want in this series.
They're playing so confident right now. Their issue right here, their only issue that they have is that they don't turn this confidence into cockiness. All they need to do is just stay composed while being confident at the same time, and they could have this game. Or the series, let alone.
You have to feel for Orbit there. That one, once again, going off of the post, it was just a hair away from being the first goal, but instead it's turned around, and Owen is the one who gets hit another goal in this series.
It all started out with the bump from Spork onto Scraps, and then it just left DJD in an awkward position, and he ended up missing the ball. leaving a wide open net.
And man, it's really not that Orbit hasn't had their opportunities. They have had plenty. They just haven't been able to take advantage of any of them. Now 30 seconds left in game 2. It's looking very likely that we are headed to a game 3 where Griffins are up 2-0 and we're facing yet another sweep. Orbit has to try to change something up here. 17 seconds left. It's the Griffins with possession. You have to get this ball off of them. You have to just go at this point. There's not really much else you could do. Owen getting it to the backboard, and Scraps can't make the touch, does manage to recover, but it looks like it will be a Griffins victory as we head to the final seconds. And I know we talked about getting those demos, trying to open up some space, but it seems like the fundamental problem for Orbit is just that they can't shoot the ball properly, and I'm not really sure how you fix that.
You just need to take this 60 seconds right here, slow yourself down, breathe, reset yourself mentally, reset as a team. All you need to do is just breathe. Easily get back right into the game. Don't try to overthink it. That's all Orbit can do right now.
Once you start hitting the post so much, once you start missing your shots, not placing them correctly, it can really start to build up, and it can take a toll on the mental quite quickly. That might be what we're seeing from Orbit here, as we saw a few uncharacteristic misses from them as well, not just in shooting, but in general. It seems like they have to fortify mentally if they want to find their way back into the series. Now staring down the barrel of a sweep. They have to win 3 in a row if they want to take this series, but how you always start is just one game at a time. It's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination. If they can get this shooting under control, then who knows what could happen. We're going to head into game number 3 here. This Orbit will look to get just anything on the board. They have yet to score a goal. They have to start with that. Just get one on the board, see where you can go from there, and that's not how you do it. Rogue, the prospect of legends, comes through and gets one on the board himself.
Graps was caught lacking. He turned the wrong way. Rogue saw it, hit it bottom left. He couldn't get back to it in time.
And I will say, even though that was definitely a defensive misplay, I absolutely love how fast Rogue turned around for that ball, as this one off the side, Rogue able to make the touch there. And like I was saying, that fast cut from him, I feel like was very indicative that he is making a lot of the right decisions in this series, and that has been a huge factor for the Griffins and their success so far. They just have to keep it up for 4 more minutes, and they've got this one in the bag. Bork here trying to take a shot. Can't get too much power. He's struggling with the boost total. And it will be Griffin's possession once again. Owen trying to take this one downfield. Jatron there connecting for the pass. Won't result in a goal, but it's even more good pressure, good momentum. As DJD looking for a pass there, but it looked like Spork just didn't really see the play. He didn't really believe in the outcome if he could stay there. Maybe low on boost, but even with no boost, that was a really good setup there. And it goes back to kind of what we've been talking about, and just feels like the Griffins are playing a much better team-oriented game here.
Orbit can't get anything going just together. They keep getting the shots off, but it's unfortunately off the post. They keep looking for each other, but it's just slightly past each other.
My.
Nice shot from Rogue. Rogue wants to take
guy?
this game. He wants this game to be his.
Who is this guy? He comes from nowhere, from the midfield, gets the top shelf shot. And what can we even say there, Iro? Just a beautiful play. And, you said he had a lot to prove in the beginning. I think by now we could say, I think he's proved himself pretty well.
100%. He has shown that he fits in, and he deserves to be challenger.
Can we get a make Rogue challenger chant going? That's something spectacular. As 3 minutes left, there's still time for Orbit. We cannot count them out of this series just yet, but the Griffins are looking so good. And Orbit, with how they've not been able to find the back of the net at all, you really have to wonder how they're going to pull themselves out of this pit. Now, not even just facing down the barrel of a sweep, but a perfect sweep is that. I don't like to call it too early ever, but how well the Griffins are looking, seems like that might be the direction we're heading. But Still time left, and that's a huge demo. This could be the first. And just as I caster's curse it into existence, Sport comes through, and finally, Orbit gets something on the board.
That demo was crucial. The second that they start bringing in demos, the second they start scoring. That's beautiful. They just need to keep up the pressure with that. Let Griffins overcommit, and they have a nice, smooth, clean sail goal.
And it's not much, but it could be enough to try and give Orbit some kind of momentum. Now that they know it is possible for us to score goals in this series. Now that you know that, you can try to work forward, try to get even more going, try to get just at least one game win in this series. You're only one goal away from equalizing. Just try to press that issue and try to get it going. Here comes Scraps off the backboard, looking for the backboard read, but Owen too fast to that one. They won't be able to get anything off of that one as Jtron taking control here. Trying to get a flick, gets it past one, gets the bump as well. Scraps in a little bit of an awkward position, but he should have time to clear this one out. Gets it at least to the midfield, and I mean, Orbit are still in this one, at least this game here, Iro. I mean, the demo was good. They just have to keep doing that trick, try to activate that as their game plan if they want to find a way back in this game.
I mean, maybe if that's the only thing that's worked so far. They could maybe try to get an equalizer and see what they can do to, you know, try to work up a new game plan to see if they can kind of confuse the Griffins. But as of right now, the only thing that can go for them is just get everybody off the field.
Yeah, you know, if there's no defenders, then you don't have to place your shots at all, and you can just roll the ball in. But with that said, here comes another one. Scraps can't get the follow-up. It was so close, but he couldn't quite make the touch happen. It feels like it's very indicative of what's been happening the whole series, where Orbit gets really good setups and just can't quite finish off the plays. 30 seconds left now. Not much time left at all, but that's a huge shot. Jtron can't get there, and Orbit finally claw their way back. It took so much, but they do manage to equalize.
This was just a beautiful beat by Scraps. All he had to do was just bang the ball as hard as he could. There was nobody back in net besides the one player who was very awkward.
That's a nice play there. You have to try to work with this momentum now. That's 2 goals that they didn't have when this series has gone thus far. Plenty of time left to put something else together. It's Jtron popping this one up. Spork trying to send this one back, trying to press the issue. And, you know, Spork's someone who I really am looking at to try and make more of an issue for the Griffins roster, as that's a huge play. The touch over Spork. I almost manifested him succeeding on that shot. It wasn't quite enough. And the ball will hit the ground as overtime has concluded. And I mean, Iro, I'm just happy we managed to make it to overtime and give Orbit at least a chance in this one game.
I know. To be fair, if we want to take a little bit of stats, so far in this series, Griffins have yet to score after Orbit. If you want to look at it that way, it could give them a chance.
Oh my goodness. You know, you are 100% correct about that. We don't know how they'll react now that they've been scored on. But so far, looking solid, although we are seeing some double commits. Haven't really seen much of that from the Griffins since Game 1 began, and they looked a little bit nervous. Now that they're not quite on the ropes just yet, but they do have a little bit more pressure on them. We'll have to see how they try to adapt. And so far, it's looking all right. Owen trying to stay back, stay calm here, gets a touch to the side. Rogue will try to take control of an air dribble, but he's not really air dribbling it to somewhere I like personally. Does manage to get all the way across. This one gets 50'd out. Owen gonna stay on this one backwards. Gets a backwards challenge, and that's a huge one. But luckily for Orbit, this time Scraps is back, and he is ready to save that one away. But can he save this one away? Rogue coming through. Owen looking for a play here up the sidewall, but he'll get demoed. And demo is how they scored their first goal. If Orbit could get another one, this could just be a game victory. It'll be sent away once again, but so far, it looks like Orbit is fighting back more in this overtime than ever before in this series.
This is their last breath. They need to do everything that they can to make sure that they're not out. They need this reverse sweep right here. They want it. They want to show that they are not done yet. They still have more.
And they certainly are not done just yet. Looking to get anything. Scraps setting this one up for Spork. That one won't quite be able to come through as Owen trying to pass it off the sidewall. Jatron with a huge shot. That's to the top right. But this time it is saved. Scraps getting it out, getting the 50. And just staying alive. That's all they need to do for those seconds. They do manage to. And now on the other side of things, this is awkward. Owen setting it up, but if they can get this shot off, it just might be enough. Jatron manages to get the save, but it's not enough. DJD comes through with the finish, and Orbit somehow managed to battle their way into a game win.
I'm just gonna say it. Off of the demo, they get the goal. My stats are still correct. Griffins are yet to score after Orbit.
Your stats are 100% correct indeed, and it seems like your game plan is going to perfection as well. Orbit, when they get those demos, when they open up the net and they don't have to place their shots, they're doing very well. Managing to come back. I mean, I gotta say, when they went down 2-0 initially against the Griffins, I didn't really see them making the comeback, but they managed to prove me wrong, and they managed to prove that they can take at least one game here. Now, do they have what it takes to complete a reverse sweep here, Iro?
Guess the only way to find out is by watching.
You know what? You're 100% correct on that. I think they have what it takes. It's gonna be a difficult road, most definitely, with how well the Griffins have been playing. But we did see that once Orbit managed to equalize, once Orbit managed to equalize, the Griffins managed to they started to get a little shaky actually. They seemed to double commit a little bit more often. They didn't look as confident as they were playing when they were up by a good amount of goals, as this one is very sketchy, and it's going to be 15 in. Another defensive nightmare for Orbit, and you just can't be letting up goals like that.
Oh, that was such an unfortunate touch. All he needed was a nice backflip, not a soft touch, and he would have had that ball out. Unfortunately, it looked like he panicked a little too hard and just gave it right to him.
And that's not how you wanted to start out game number 4, most certainly if you were Orbit. But they came back from a lead, a deficit in the last one. Perhaps they can do it again. They will most certainly fight in trying to. Owen waiting for this one to settle down, gets it past one, and just to stay with control, trying to flick it over. Jatron there, that's an unfortunate dunk, and I think, wait, did Jatron read that actually? What happened here?
Pretty sure he read that off the ceiling. He got the dunk, and then he just jumped straight up and read it, put it in.
That happened so fast, I didn't even realize Jatron got there. That was actually an insane read. A very fast touch off the ceiling, and he's in the perfect spot. And, well, I gotta say, it looks like the Griffins have found their confidence again.
They're back to trying to destroy this Orbit team, and they just want to rip them apart piece by piece just so they have no faith in coming back. All Orbit has to do is stay composed, keep working as a team, and they got this. But how long can they hold off to get that next goal with how hot Griffins have been lately?
It's a question I'm wondering as well, because there is still plenty of time left in this one. They came back with less time in the last game. Might take a little bit more effort this time, as Owen coming through with air dribble. Spork manages to send it away. More solo plays coming out from the Griffins, but this time they are dealt with. Jatron going to try to get something going here. Gets a flick past one. Owen there with a shot. Just barely sent away by Scraps. Manages to meet him on the goal line and prevent it from turning into anything catastrophic. Jatron going for this one once again. Just trying to keep the pressure going. That's a bit of an unfortunate touch from Griffins, but won't really matter too much as they manage to keep this ball in the corner and eventually will get the clear out. Awkward ball, but Rogue, the prospect player that I'm starting to forget is even prospect because he looks like he belongs so much, is another one. Oh, the theme of the post hits, the crossbar hits just continues for Orbit. Although this time it won't. Hold up, DJD manages to break through, and even with the defender there, he gets it right under him.
Soft touch right below him. That's all he needed. Again, they let the Griffin team scramble themselves. They kept their composure, waited for them to mess themselves up. They took advantage immediately. That's exactly what you need to do to come back in this series.
Absolutely. And a great play to just bring it back a little bit. This one, a little bit dangerous for the Griffins as well. And now we saw it. This is looking like the same script as game number 3 so far. Is this one a little bit awkward? Orbit might have a chance here to make something happen. DJD getting a flick, trying to get it past, but Jtron, stalwart on the goal line. As ever in this series, he was able to get through. Rogue can't quite find the demo there. That's a huge team pinch. It will go high. Jtron will be able to get it out as well. The ball keeps getting sent over this backboard. And this one, a little bit awkward, but DJD wasn't in the right spot. Spork is, and that one almost sent through. And it looks like if nothing else, Orbit is starting to get more pressure than they have the entire series.
Orbit looks like they're ready. They're starting to feel themselves now. They want that game 5. They want to see Champions Field. They got to put the ball on target. That's their only issue right now. The number 1 defender worldwide, also known as the Post, has just been blocking them out.
Yeah, that post can be a real nuisance, as it definitely has been for Orbit, but hold up here. Spork with a crucial boost steal there, going to try and starve out the opposition. Can't quite get the follow-up challenge, but will allow DJD to come through. Gets a high shot. This one was on target, but Rogue manages to slap it away. And Owen with the miss here. This one going to go over the top. There's no follow-up, though, and Jtron has just been clinical with these backboard reads. And the whole series not allowing anything to come past. Orbit still trying to press the issue. Scraps sending this one, but it will go high over the backboard. This could be a shot opportunity as Scraps barely making a touch there. And it will be Rogue looking for the solo play. Can't find it. They're trading blows right now. Neither team able to score in the last couple minutes of this series. But it won't really matter if Orbit can't get anything going. The Griffins just have to hold on, and now with 45 seconds left, Orbit are the ones who really have to start trying to push as hard as they possibly can here, Iro.
Orbit has nothing left to lose here. It's okay if you have nobody back, because if you get scored on, you're already down. There's no point in trying to play super passive. You need to see that ball in the back of the net, no matter what it takes.
They're trying to do just that, but Owen back just in time. Spork would have had a free net there. Owen was just 1 second slower. But he will not be as he air dribbles all the way across. Rogue getting the touch as well. And now with almost no time left, DJD looking for something. He can't quite follow this one, but Spork is there, and the shot is good. 8 seconds on the clock, and Orbit, making us sweat, will manage to equalize in the closing seconds.
The perfect touch. Just barely ahead of Owen, and he could not get the save. They just need to hold off for at least these 8 seconds or see if they can try to score so they don't have to go to overtime.
This was the point where last game Griffins started to get a little bit nervous. We'll see if it continues. They might have something here. No one there for the follow-up. They'll opt to let it go into overtime. We saw how the last overtime went, the only overtime of the series so far, but we have yet to see how this one goes. Rogue up for this one quickly, but it looked like he ran out of boost. Jtron can't make the touch. Owen gets demoed for his troubles. This one just needs to go on target. It's rolling so slowly, but I don't think it is. That was so close for Orbit. They could have been tied in the series if that was a little bit faster on target. They won't be able to make it happen this time. Spork coming through, trying to find the touch. Will only go as far as Rogue, but that's still centered. That one, once again, a little bit awkward. Almost happened, but it won't go through this time. Orbit hunting for demos, trying to throw a wrench into the equation, trying to get the Griffins to panic. But instead, it's Orbit who are panicking a little bit. Sport can't make the touch. There's a double commit, but this one might just drop in, and it is going to drop in. DJD and Orbit managed to clutch up once again, and they are sending us to game number 5.
That, I'm at a loss of words. It looked like an overcommit on Orbit, but it was an overcommit on Griffins. What the heck?
I don't even know what to say at that point. It looks like a questionable play, but you know, if it works, it works. Orbit throwing 2 players at the ball. Everyone always tells you to not double commit, but sometimes it just might be the right play if you want to win the game. And that time, it definitely was. The defense couldn't get back fast enough, and it's hard to blame the Griffins for not being prepared for that. I don't think anyone was expecting the trajectory of that one to go in so quickly. But now we're headed into game 5, and Our original thoughts were that Orbit would probably take this one. Do you think they're gonna pull off the reverse sweep here? I mean, they have been going down and then just barely managing to come back and get these games, but they've still been doing it. They've still been getting the win.
I'm gonna say this. Orbit, I feel like they wanted to see Champions Field for a reason. I feel like they wanted to make a show. And that's exactly what we're gonna have right
no.
here. Oh, almost took kickoff goal.
And if Orbit managed to score first, I mean, that's not something we've even seen in the entire series. They have yet to score a first goal when there is less than 2 goals scored against them. But this is Game 5, and everything changes when everything is on the line. Whoever wins this one takes home the series. Doesn't matter what happened in the previous ones. Rogue getting a nice dunk out here. Will look for the read, trying to send it center. Jtron with the follow-up, gets it off the corner. This is an awkward bounce. Owen could be there fast, and he is there fast. There's no follow-up just yet. Rogue will try to send this one through. Bork sending this over. It's just going to go back. Trying to repeat the success of the last pinch they had, but it's difficult to do as this pinch, Jtron trying to get it centered quite quickly. It kind of works against him as ball sent back into Orbit possession. That's an awkward touch, but Spork can't make the read. He brushes it a little bit. It seems like both teams don't want to lose this one. They are trying to play a little bit conservatively here. I'm honestly not really sure who this playstyle favors.
I'm not quite sure about playing conservative, to be honest. I've seen both teams going for a lot of demos, as we just saw that double demo a few seconds ago. And they really want the other team off the field. They want an easy win here, especially Griffins. They just want to do whatever they can to not get reverse swept.
Yeah, getting reverse swept feels like almost the only thing worse than actually getting swept. To come so close to victory and then have to play so much Rocket League just to lose at the end is not somewhere you want to be. And the Griffins, Rogue, that's a little bit awkward there. Okay, he does manage to get the double touch and get it out, but hold up, it's sent right over, and Scraps there for the double. The defense falling apart all of a sudden for the Griffins, and Orbit will take advantage.
This is something new. This is the first time that Orbit has scored first in any of the 5 games. Could this mean that this changes the entire outcome? Well, I hope. I'll be honest. I'm rooting for the reverse sweep.
I mean, it's hard
I'm ready
to
for
not
it to
root.
happen.
It's hard to not root for the reverse sweep. I'm someone who always loves to root for the underdogs in the series or the season. And Orbit definitely starting out this one. You did not think that they were going to even be able to take it this far with how well the Griffins were playing and how unfortunate, we'll say, the shooting was. But hold up, Spork just running away. There's no one home. He comes knocking on the door and just breaks it down. Spork running away with this one.
Griffins just screwed themselves over again with the overcommit. The Orbit just has been taking advantage of their overcommits, and that's all they've had to do. If they keep overcommitting like this, I'm sorry, Griffins, but you're going to get reverse swept. You gotta at least have one person back.
And now it's starting to seem almost inevitable as still half the game left, but the Griffins have not looked like the same team that we've seen previously in the series. Like you said, these overcommits are killing them. They're making it so difficult for them to get anything going when their plays don't work out. Now Owen we see having to rush back. Luckily he does have all day, but even then, with no one around, he's still kind of panicking. He looks like he doesn't know how to proceed. This is a nice double touch attempt, but he can't quite finish. Hit the ball just a little bit too low for the follow-up to be good. And now it's the Griffins going down 0-2. We've seen Orbit manage to come back from these, but we haven't seen the Griffins really deal with the deficit at all. They've always been able to at least take the lead early. And now they're put in the position where they have to do this, or else the reverse sweep is inevitable. Spork trying to get something out here. This is a little bit awkward. There's a huge shot coming through, and Owen does fight back in Game 5, bringing it within 1, so Griffins put one on the board.
The Griffins are definitely going to have to try to fight for this one. They may be able to pick it back up after that little momentum goal, but Orbit, they're just taking advantage of everything. Griffins are still overcommitting on so much. I'm surprised that it's this close right now.
Wait. Oh my goodness, I thought that one might just sneak in under the bar. But it seems like, I mean, that last play from Orbit definitely was not what you want to see out of them. It looked reminiscent of some mistakes they made earlier in the series. The Griffins were able to capitalize. You just have to hope for Orbit's sake that they managed to put those mistakes to bed for the rest of the game. It's just one more minute now that they have to hold on. They might be able to get another. They won't, as it's sent away by Owen and DJD. And Jtron now trying to get something going. And Spork, what are you doing? What? Why did he do that?
I know what you're doing, Spork. You want some entertainment. You want to go to overtime in Game 5. Ah! What a content kind of man.
You know? He did it for the Vine. I don't really know why he did that. You know, sometimes you have a little bit of spasm, and that's gonna be an open net. DJD can get back. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have to wrap up these mistakes. These are not conducive to a good game of Rocket League here. They're conducive for an exciting one. As this one just going to float in, and Scraps manages to bring it back. Orbit do take the lead back.
The mistakes. I honestly think that own goal was on purpose to mess up the Griffins. It discombobulated their brains. They don't know what's going on anymore, and Orbit's gonna use that to their advantage.
Well, I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit here, as I did predict this would not necessarily be the highest quality game, but an interesting one, and I think it has lived up to that so far. Not exactly sure what we're witnessing, but now the Griffins, they're back against the wall, only 15 seconds left, and they are down. Spork gonna put in what might be the dagger, and I don't even know how we got to this point, but Orbit are about to reverse sweep the Griffins.
Oh my goodness. With this scoreline, including the own goal, I'm pretty sure that this makes the, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this makes the goals throughout the series even now.
I think you might be right on that front, as Rogue had an opportunity to keep the hopes of the Griffins alive, but he couldn't quite get there. He tried to make it happen, but at the end of the day, I mean, even with what I thought was a pretty good performance by the Griffins, it wasn't quite enough once Orbit managed to wake up. I mean, I don't even know what to say. They would go down so often. They would get put in these horrible positions, but they always managed to claw back. They always managed to get that one more goal that they needed. And at the end of the day, congratulations to Orbit. You managed to take it home, and you managed to get the reverse sweep.
You said that you didn't know exactly what to say. I'm pretty sure I do. Give them a round of applause. Well done. That was a lot closer than I feel like it should have been for most of the series, but it definitely made it a good series. I'm win or lose for either team. I'm pretty sure. Besides the unfortunate reverse sweep, I'm pretty sure that both teams can go happy about this one.
Yeah, I think if nothing else, you gotta be glad you played the series. It's never fun to get reverse swept, or swept, excuse me. But you know, it was still a good series overall. Good looks from both teams. At the end of the day, Orbit just a little bit more resilient, and they managed to claw back from the depths of being down 0-2. Once again, congratulations to them, and big shout out to Rogue, actually, not only for playing extremely well, subbing up in the Challenger League, but also for the subscription. That's going to be 20 months for him, subscribing at tier 2, saying ooh woo right back at your Rogue, and thank you for the subscription. But since we are falling behind just a little bit on the schedule, we are going to go to a short break here before we come back and head into the Titan League, where the Bananas at 1 and 2 are taking on Pinnacle, who so far, with Mad Max leading the way, are undefeated. That should be another banger. I can't promise it'll be as content filled as this series was, but I'm sure it'll be a good one. And thanks once again. Always a pleasure. It was a pleasure casting with you as well, Iro. I see bright things in your casting future. And yeah, we're going to go to a short break, and we will catch you guys right after that. Stick around and take care.
I still wake at the sound of when the rain hits the ground. 'Cause it sounds just like you when you cried in my room with his kiss on your mouth. How dare you say you're sorry and say I'm still the one? How dare you say you love me with his kiss still on your tongue? I'm not happy. And I'll live happy never after. Happy never after. Echoes not an answer. Happy never after. Now I ain't the wind when it touches my skin. 'Cause it feels just like you when you held me. I knew 'cause you smell just like him. How dare you say you're sorry and say I'm still the one? How dare you say you love me with his kiss still on your tongue? I'm not happy. And I'll live happy never after. Happy never after. Echoes not an answer. Happy never after. I'm not happy. I'm so sorry for the signs that I ignored. I'm so sorry for the signs that I ignored. I'm so sorry for the signs that I ignored. I'm so sorry for. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'll live happy never after. Happy never after. Echoes not an answer. Happy never after. And I'll live happy never after. Happy never after. Echoes not an answer. Happy never after. I'm not happy.
She found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, 'cause I keep getting high off of her. Off of her. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running back to you. Back to you. Back to long nights can get me feeling lonely. Hey. And hearing music that can make me smile. But the way I feel with her cannot be explained. But one thing still remains on my mind. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you.
Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Heaven knows. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. That's right, we are back for our third and final match of the night. We are rounding things off, ladies and gentlemen, with the peak performers here in the Nemesis Gaming League. We're going into the Titan League. We've got the Bananas going up against Pinnacle. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, ready to bring that action straight to you. And I am joined by the Titan player from Phoenix, Miles. However, at the moment, he is having a little bit of a technical issue with his Rocket League client, so he's restarting that, and hopefully he will be back with us as soon as possible. However, while he's gone, I'm going to try and carry this for you beautiful people out there. We got the Bananas versus Pinnacle. Bananas sitting at 1-2 right now, not having a spectacular season in the beginning, but it is the beginning. They got plenty of time to make it up, and they've had a rough start so far. However, Pinnacle, pretty much the opposite. They're coming from arguably one of the tougher conferences in the Titan League, and they are leading it 3-0. They're actually, some might say, are tied, but they their game performance, they're up by about one game over the team that's right behind them, which I think might be Phoenix. Let me pull this up real quick. And if it's not Phoenix, it's a different team. It is Phoenix. And the Nebula right behind them. Pinnacle actually leading Phoenix by one game, if I'm reading this correctly. So it's gonna be a tight one for the Bananas here tonight. I think they're gonna have a lot on their plate if they want to take a W away from this Pinnacle roster. Pinnacle looking fantastic so far. They've got Mad Max, who's a three-peat champion on Blizzard. However, coming from Blizzard over to Pinnacle this season, we see that he is following the same trends as he's always followed. Is Miles, are you back with me now?
Oh, yeah, I am now.
Oh, Miles, how long have you been here? Don't tell me I've been sitting here talking to myself.
My bad. I apologize. But now I am here and I'm ready to cast some Rocket League. I'm ready to see some peak gameplay.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, I think we're running a little bit behind. No, we're not. We are. No, yeah, actually we are. So let me get the answer prediction from you real quick so we can let these people get on the pitch and get this going.
Honestly, both teams, insane players. First of all, on the Bananas, we got Insanity, Idefy, and Bravo. That team looks insane. And then we got Pinnacle with Mad Max, Denzi, and Anti. Both teams just look amazing. And I feel like this might be a game 5 first game. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows?
We will have to see, but Pinnacle starting things off very quickly as Denzi gonna get a carry all the way across, dunks it on B, and sets his teammate Annie up for an easy shot on net. 10 seconds in, Miles, and we've already got our first goal.
Like you just explained perfectly, perfect air dribble to just eliminate both opponents. Being able to create a shot for his teammate, that's what it takes in this Titan League. You got to be able to throw the defense off. You're going to be able to create something.
And it looks like Pinnacle is doing just that as they create another, or it looks like they were trying to create another opportunity. We can see they're already getting a lot of pass plays in. Denzi not able to find Annie out of the corner on that one. Mad Max sticking with the ball. Insanity going to pinch it around him. Annie's there off the sidewall. Annie with it again. Gets the shot. Bounces off of the crossbar. Down into Idea and out of the goal. Bananas dodging a bullet on that one. But Pinnacle not quite done yet. Keeping the pressure alive. Bananas scrambling to get the ball out of their half. As Insanity takes it up the sidewall. And with a minute gone so far, this is looking heavily in favor of Pinnacle, in my opinion, Miles. Bananas have barely been able to breathe.
I agree on that one. Pinnacle are just hammering Bananas right now with just this go on and on offense with having to play little defense. It's just how mechanical like this entire team is. But all I gotta say, is all the Bananas got to do is just eliminate one, maybe even two of the most crucial players, and they can get something going.
And we'll see if they're able to do that. There's plenty of time left on the clock for them to make something happen, only being down by one very minuscule amount here in Rocket League. Mad Max trying to get the double. B trying to get it out. Insanity with the demo on Denzi in the midfield. Idea taking his time trying to find B. He does. B gets the shot off, but Anti is in front of it, making the stop. Anti to send it down. An Idea gets a tip on that, keeping the ball away from Mad Max in the midfield. Anti gets it up past B in the mid. Mad Max is there, taking his time, gets it through Idea. Denzi's up, trying to find a touch, sending it down. An Idea to send that one away from the goal. We get seconds closer to the halfway point in game number 1 here. And I have to say, Bananas looking a little bit better going into the second half of this game than they did in the very beginning, Miles. However, I don't know if they're going to be able to stop Pinnacle here. Pinnacle just keeps the offensive pressure up and doesn't allow Bananas to really generate very much.
It's like I said earlier, Pinnacle are just going on and on their offense. But maybe it's been created something as Insanity gonna catch Anti lacking. And he's gonna be able to put in the first goal for Bananas.
It looks like Andy pushed up a little bit too far there, expecting Mad Max to have control over that. And that's going to turn into a nice little goal for Insanity there. 2 minutes left on the clock as Bananas tie up the score at 1 in game number 1. I'm sure both of these teams want to come out of this game victorious. Best of 5 series. You only need 3 wins to walk away with the W. This first win could be very crucial. It's Mad Max in the corner. Bit of a double commit from Pinnacle there. It doesn't turn into anything except for a goal for Anti. Oh my goodness, Bananas just not going for the ball there.
Insanity looks like he was trying to get a touch just to clear it out, but it was out in middle where Anti was just sitting there waiting for the perfect pass to come to him, and he was able to just slot it behind the Banana defense.
And that's an ideal situation for Pinnacle there. They're going to take the lead. Idea trying to beat out, but Denzi gets there first. Insanity taking it out of the corner. Insanity sticking with it in the midfield. Gets it past. No, can't get it through Mad Max. Mad Max 50's with him. Leaves it for Annie. Mad Max still with the ball. Pops it up. Trying to get in a mechanical play, but B is going to get up and get a hand on it. Or a car, I should say. Mad Max sends it all the way across. Idea sticking with it. Pinches out of the corner. Insanity's up. Beat out by Mad Max. Idea out of the corner, or excuse me, off the sidewall in the midfield. Gets the flip reset, but can't get the second touch. Annie able to make the stop on the goal line. Insanity shot just wide, bouncing off of the post. The final 60 seconds winding down, and Bananas still trailing by 1, Miles. And no, excuse me. Now they are trailing by 2. A beautiful pass play coming out from Pinnacle.
Beautiful pass indeed. Max just being able to get it over 1 and being able to get it past not only another one, but 2 more defenders and giving it a free lane for Anti to shoot. Only down by 2 or 42 seconds. It's possible to come back, but I don't know. With this kind of Pinnacle offense, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I really don't. At least not in this game. I think the Bananas need to just put this one behind them the final 30 seconds and move on, get their minds prepared for game number 2, figure out exactly what they need to do to generate more offensive pressure on Pinnacle. It looks like Pinnacle is definitely not faultless, if you will, on their defensive side of things. So if Bananas can just capitalize on the cracks in their defense, they could see a very different game number 2 in the final seconds here, as Pinnacle looking to get one for the road. Not going to find it, but they are going to find the dub in game number 1.
Honestly, Pinnacle was just this entire series just being on that offensive pressure, just going and going and going and going. Just trying to give Bananas something to actually fight for. Bananas they just need to somehow be able to come back fight back and be able to do the exact same in this game too. What we're about to see right now.
Yeah, I hope they can do something. Insanity, 3 shots, 1 goal. I think that if he keeps that rocking, he should be good. But I'm expecting to see a little bit more from an Ideafy and B. They were both really good on the defensive line during that match, but I think Insanity's going to need a little bit of help in Pinnacle's offensive zone. Pinnacle's got a really good defense, but they can definitely break through. We saw the mistake come out from Annie where he pushed up a little bit too far, but I don't know. I think Bananas, if they make some changes, if they get their defense a little bit tighter, I think that they can definitely hold their own against Pinnacle. But as you said, Pinnacle, they're just, I don't think they know how to quit. I don't think they know how to stop. They're full blast all the time.
They're just amazing, just mechanical players, just being able to get back to the ball every single time, no matter where they are on the field. It's just amazing to see this, and especially coming from me as a Titan player, it's just amazing to look at as Denzi just getting absolutely fancy with it, being able to slide it past the defense.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. It was within the first 10 seconds that Pinnacle scored in game 1. A repeat of that scenario in game number 2. A beautiful pass coming out from Mad Max right there, and Denzi getting mechanical. Looked like he did get the flip, but went ahead and opted for the fake and was able to just take a beautiful shot past the defender. What a beautiful play coming out from Pinnacle right there, showing us why they are leading their conference and why they are currently undefeated. Mad Max in the midfield, getting it out of the corner, can't get it through Insanity. Denzi backing up a little bit, trying to bide some time, going for the fake, gonna fake out his teammate maybe a little bit right there. I'm not sure that he meant to block Annie's touch, but it did get sent back to Pinnacle's corner. And Denzi off the backboard. Idea sticking with it in the midfield. Idea getting the carry over off the backboard. Mad Max going to take it away from him. 60 seconds now gone from game number 2. And we have, I would say, almost the same matchup as we had in game number 1, Miles. We're seeing more pressure from Pinnacle than Bananas, but I think the Bananas are doing a little bit better at staying out of their defensive zone so far.
They're definitely putting on way more offense this time, almost with a nice musty over the top of Insanity. But they're putting a lot more offense out there than how they was last game. But I don't know. It just, the way it seems, it just doesn't seem like it's going to be enough to get past this Pinnacle defense.
Yeah, it does still feel a little bit lacking, though. We'll see if they start to warm up here. Seems like Insanity is doing just about everything he can do. Maybe the Bananas just needing a little bit more time to get that team chemistry flowing. Sometimes you see teams that really have a rough start and then start to peak and blow up mid-season, find themselves in a playoff position. We'll see if that's the Bananas or if they're able to even heat up here. No, unfortunate for them. Denzi going to score his second goal of game number 2, taking advantage of the Bananas being a little too far pushed up and the demo.
Like you said, Insanity got demoed off of his attempted shot by Max, and Denzi's just able to slide it all the way downfield with an open net as well. Bananas are gonna have to do something major change up here to try to take at least this game or any future games off of Pinnacle.
Yeah, to be honest with you, if they allow Pinnacle this win right here, I think it's going to be an easy sweep for Pinnacle. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to stop the momentum and the energy of Pinnacle standing at the precipice of a sweep, because I know that I'm pretty sure if I was reading those sheets right earlier, they've only dropped 1 game so far this entire season. If they can get a sweep here, they can still keep that to 1 game. But Insanity getting another goal, or not another goal, the first goal for Bananas in game number 2, looking to start a comeback.
Good read off of the bad boy pass from B there, and he's gonna be able to just slot it past Ante there, just catching him in the worst spots. Now it's within 1 goal. They have time, but will they be able to capitalize off of it?
Idea looking for the double. He gets it through. It looked like an unfortunate bounce off of Mad Max's car. That ball looked like it was doing some crazy things, Miles.
Honestly, Max got the save, but at what cost? Also own goal at the same time, and it's going to be able to put Bananas in a tie two up situation here.
And with 2 minutes left on the clock, that is an ideal position for the Bananas at this point. Insanity with the shot, shoots it straight at Denzi, who's going to pop it up. Denzi finds Mad Max, but Mad Max not able to find the back of the net. Ball's going to hit post. Idea popping it up from the Bananas defensive zone. Mad Max taking it away, making the steal in the midfield. Mad Max just sticking with the ball, trying to 50 it through. Denzi with the shot, gonna bounce off of Insanity. Annie also with the shot, but can't get it through B. Bananas holding strong on the defensive line. They know that this is a do or die moment for them, Miles. They can't allow Pinnacle to take the lead again.
Indeed, they're trying to pull out all the stops right now, all the offensive pressure they can muster, just to even get it past one player on Pinnacle. It just seems hard for them to do, but they got to do whatever it takes to get to just form something. As they form a little bit of offense, they're trying to get it down.
Yeah, Pinnacle going crazy right now. It looked like there was a triple commit that came out from them, and still Mad Max was able to get back onto the ground and get in front of the Bananas shot. So even the triple commit on this Pinnacle roster is like, you can't really punish them very easily, so you have to make every single punishment opportunity count. As Bananas have done a pretty good job so far, though they got a little bit more to do if they expect to take home a win here tonight. Mad Max is up looking for the angle. B gets in front of it, making the stop. Ball is bounced in the middle. Insanity missing his touch. Idea gonna 50 with Annie, going in favor of Annie and Pinnacle. Ball bounces up off the backboard. B trying to follow it, getting the bump on Annie. Insanity not able to get a good read on the ball. Final 5 seconds as the ball falls down in front of Bananas goal and is cleared out. We now have an overtime, the first overtime of this series, ladies and gentlemen, in game number 2.
This first overtime of this series is crazy to see that this has even been only the first overtime out of these two teams. Almost a goal there, almost a goal set up there, but I can see that Bananas are trying to form something, getting these big long clears, long distance. They're just trying to do whatever they can, really.
Yeah, that's really all you can do against this Pinnacle roster, but they're doing pretty good so far. As long as they can keep the ball out in front of their net. Mad Max with a shot. Idea sending it away. B popping it up, trying to get the read off of Annie. Does get it, sends it down towards the net. Mad Max is there to send it away. Insanity back out to the mid. Idea off of the ceiling and gets the second touch. Oh my goodness! Bananas gonna take game number 2.
Taking game 2 in style. Idify being able to read that waterfall touch. What a beautiful play, and Insanity with that beautiful pass from that left side wall. Ooh, just amazing to look at. And it's going to be Bananas taking game 2.
Yeah, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is why this is the Titan League. These players are just absolutely insane. They just get in there and get some of the craziest touches you will see outside of the pro circuit. And, man, yeah, I love to see it. Love to see Bananas come back there and give Pinnacle a run for their money, giving Pinnacle technically their second game loss so far of the season. And I hope, Miles, I hope that they're able to capitalize on this energy that they just mustered, and moving forward into game number 3 in the Coliseum here. This is the most pivotal game of this series.
Bananas, I feel like with that win and the way that they won that, their confidence should be at an all-time high here. But from what I've been seeing, all they have to do is just eliminate the most mechanical player on this Pinnacle roster, which is Mad Max, and just be able to do some devious things with the ball, just to just create some awkwardness.
Yeah, I think that is a good piece of advice there. Mad Max certainly one of the top players in the Nemesis League. I wouldn't be surprised if he is pretty used to getting targeted. And we see a little bit of a car change from him, switching from the really flat Batmobile to, I can't even remember what that is, like the Ice Charger or
I
something
think
like
that
that.
is the Ice Charger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting car. Honestly, you don't see it too often, but reminds me of the Dominus, so I can see why somebody would want to pick it. Insanity, trying to get that double touch, not able to get it. Mad Max taking his time, gets control of the ball, trying to get something through. Idea makes a stop to that one. Mad Max almost able to get that solo play. Mad Max, oh, not gonna get the double off of the post. Idea doing everything he can to get this ball cleared over the midway line. Mad Max, it's like a little bit, maybe a mess up. I'm not sure if he's meaning to do that. Oh, I don't think that was intentional. Ideafy gonna find the back of the net and start things off for Bananas.
Honestly, you just look at Mad Max, and it's just like he's just trying to have fun. That's all it is.
That's what I was wondering.
It's just him trying to have fun, but unfortunately, sometimes that fun can get cut short. As Ideafy being able to slot the first goal of Game 3 for Bananas.
Yeah, that's definitely the position you want to be in as a banana fan, holding the lead. 3 minutes left on the clock. All the Bananas got to do at this point is just play really smart Rocket League, shut down this Pinnacle offense, and they can walk home with a second victory in this best of 5 series, put themselves in the match point position. Will they be able to do it, or will Pinnacle take things a little bit more seriously in the second half of this game and maybe pull out the W, putting themselves in match point? Idea trying to get it through. Mad Max not going to let that happen. Mad Max sticking with the ball. Insanity almost getting the pinch, almost finding the back of the net, but the ball is going to go wide. Denzi sends it down. Annie finds it in the midfield. Can't get the second touch. Denzi's up, but he doesn't beat out Insanity. Mad Max is there with the shot. B off of the backboard, and that was dangerous, but B held out there. Miles, oof, I'm clenched up from that shot right there.
Honestly, I thought Denzi had the redirect in front of the net, but B just being able to just put his entire car in the way and just being able to just block it is amazing. Almost an offensive push immediately off of defense from Pinnacle, but Insanity looks like he's going to try to slot with himself. Doesn't work. B getting the 59 ante. He's going to be going straight to Denzi. Denzi passing it mid. Matt is up. He's going to try to do something like he always does. Flip yourself the backboard. Annie almost in the net, but B isn't going to let any of it go in. Ideafy trying to get a shot off. Another deny from Annie. Insanity almost off the post. And
Bananas. Woo. Bananas going bananas right now. Oh my goodness. B just doing the most on the defensive line. He has some amazing saves so far in this game. Denzi off the side. Denzi trying to do something, trying to get control. Insanity to take it away from him. Annie gonna 50 and get the dunk over B. Denzi out of the corner. Not getting the touch he was hoping for. Annie out to the mid. Mad Max is there. Gets the touch, but the ball gets a little bit away from him. He has to 50 with Insanity. And then he falls on the dunk on B. But B still able to maintain control. He's going to get just demolished by Mad Max as Denzi finds the ball in the midfield. Trying to find a pass out to Max. He does. But Insanity getting in front of that. This Bananas roster is hopping off right now.
This absolute beautiful defense. This defensive clinic that Bananas have just been putting on this entire series. I mean, it's like what they say. You play good when there's good defense, there's good offense. And B just described that right now. Beautiful defense leads into beautiful offense. He's going to slot one to take a two up lead against Pinnacle.
Bananas really starting to come alive now. You love to see it. The final 10 seconds of game number 3. Bananas up by 2. This is pretty much chalked at this point for Pinnacle. They just got to move on to game number 4. You got to wonder, seeing this, did Pinnacle troll that, or did the Bananas really just come alive and shut that down? Is Pinnacle going to be able to make a comeback here? Bananas looking to give Pinnacle their first loss of the season.
Definitely, it is definitely within grasp to give this team their first loss, but let's remember, Max isn't like your average competitive player. He's mechanical like that. So he's going to try to have some fun with it. But since it's going to be going on to a game 4 when they could possibly lose this, I think he's going to try to up it up a notch. He's not going to take any prisoners for the rest of these games. I'm not even going to lie to you.
I think that would be smart. You know, maybe if Pinnacle was sitting in a different conference, it'd be a different story. But sitting in the conference that they are in, with 3 out of 4 teams undefeated at the moment, that is, I mean, maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he's like, hey, you know, I'll take second place. It's no big deal. He already got the 3-peat. What else can you do? You know what I mean? But Pinnacle, you know, they're gonna need to do something right now if they want to remain undefeated. Or you know, Bananas looking to hand them that first loss. Will they be able to do it?
Only one way to find out. Only way to find out is by watching this beautiful game right here.
That's true. Game number 4 of this best of 5 series. Will Bananas take it away, or can Pinnacle pull this back? Mad Max off the backboard. Denzi's up. He gets it over B. He's got the carry. Didn't look like he could get the flip. As he gets it past one in the corner. Insanity's there, though. Insanity with the pop to the midfield. Can't find Idea. He's going to steal the boost off Pinnacle. Pop it back to the mid. B's there. 50s with Mad Max. Down to Denzi. Denzi getting an awkward touch. Sends it across. Nobody else from Pinnacle able to clear that one out. And nobody else from Bananas came up to take advantage of the shot. Mad Max looks like he's just going to 50 it through the whole team. B finally taking it away from him. And Ante sending it up. Mad Max finds the touch. And he's going to try and follow. Oh, the double commit on Mad Max. Ball gets flicked up. Denzi to send that one down. Pinnacle still keeping their offensive pressure here. Will they be able to do something with it? Denzi got an empty net to shoot at, or not an empty net, but a empty lane, I should say. Just that whole side. I'm not sure what happened there.
Max just being able to get it past not one but 2 defenders. Unfortunate miss off the backboard by B, but hey, Denzi's just there to be able to clean up Max's mess. Just being able to, you know, put in the goals that need to be put in, and they're going to take the lead by 1 this early on.
And that is what you want to see if you're rooting for Pinnacle. No, that is what you want to see if you're rooting for Pinnacle. A quick second goal. They're going to take a 2-point lead with 3 minutes and 39 seconds left.
Max just getting that first touch, and then instantly that nice B off the backboard. Again, creating a shot for Denzi. These two are just a dynamic duo. Max just be as he has as much fun as he wants. And Denzi's just there to be able to clean it up.
Holy.
Well, I guess it's just flip-flop at this point. Denzi creating his own pass off the backboard, and Max just being able to cling it top left corner.
I gotta say that catches me off guard, Miles. I wouldn't anticipate seeing a play like that come out in the Titan League. I mean, the Bananas just completely left the ball alone, let Denzi and Mad Max just walk it up to their goal, and we're just going to put this in the back of the net, I guess. You guys aren't going to do anything about it. But B, trying to do something about it, trying to start the comeback. Not able to get it through Pinnacle's defense. We're seeing the Pinnacle from game 1 come back out. Mad Max getting a little bit in front of that ball. Not able to make the touch he's looking for. Annie trying to take control. Mad Max is there with the shot. He's going to get it through. 4-0 now in favor of Pinnacle.
Annie just being able to just try to create some mischief off the defensive back line. Just being able to cling it at the backboard. Unfortunate clear off by Idify. And Max is going to be able to slot it to the opposite side of the net. Beautiful shot, honestly.
Certainly was. And Pinnacle looking really hot right now. Is Mad Max going to clear this all the way back to his own zone. Mad Max sticking with it in the midfield. Going to get to 50 with B. Leaving it. Or no, he's up for it. They can't get it through Idea. Insanity. Trying to find somebody out in the mid. B's there, but he's just a little bit too late on the uptake. Pinnacle's going to clear that ball away. Insanity in the midfield. Ante sends it up. B's going to take it away from him. B might have an empty net, but he can't get back to the ball. Ante almost own goaling, bouncing off of the post and going out. Mad Max with the pinch. Idea is up in front of it, up to Insanity, but Insanity can't get the ball on net. Idea with the shot. It's going to hit the post off of Mad Max and bounce off. With 2 minutes left on the clock, Bananas just cannot catch a break right now, Miles.
I mean, they can't, but they have a chance. With under 2 minutes, it's possible, but you have to slot almost every goal attempt you have in this short amount of time. But honestly, it's just Max and Denzi just having their fun, and Andy just playing defense. Andy just doing what he does best, plays that beautiful defense. Almost another goal.
And it seems to be working out quite well for them, as they've all but got game 4 in the bag. Still time, technically, for the Bananas to make a comeback. But like you said, Miles, they're going to have to do some massive work, as this Pinnacle roster is not interested in allowing that to happen. They're going to keep the Bananas down for as long as they can. Idea with the shot. Denzi's there. Mad Max getting the demo on Insanity as he rotates back. B in the mid. Can't get it past Ante. Ante's going to stick with it out of the corner. He gets it. Can't get it through the defense. Mad Max trying to get in front of him. Ante trying to get back in time, and he's going to make it. Insanity with the long ball shot. It's not going to go. Ante with the demo. The ball gets cleared back over into the final 30 seconds of this game, Miles. 4-0 in favor of Pinnacle. I don't think it's possible at this point for Bananas to come back. I think that they have to rely on game number 5, and I think that they really, really need to take a step back and ask themselves, what did we do in game number 2 and 3?
It's like you said, in game 2 and 3, they had just amazing offense and amazing defense both together. Combined, they just went crazy the last 2 games, and then this game they just flunked out. Honestly, I feel like they're just letting up too much. They're letting up too much pressure. They need that same amount of offense, that same amount of pressure, that same punch that they gave in 2 and 3 to get that win. And for game 5, they're gonna definitely have to punch it. They're gonna have to punch that throttle real hard if they're gonna be trying to get this win.
Yeah, I agree with that. Bananas. I said it in the beginning of the series before we even started, and I'll say it again. They have a very, very tough team on their hands with this Pinnacle roster, and so far, man, I think that they've done a really good job, especially being 1 and 2. I think that they've done a really good job against them, but it's not over. It's not over yet, Miles. They have to push through right here, right now. This is game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. This is for all the marbles. Winner of this takes home the W. Will it be Pinnacle? Will they continue their undefeated streak, or will the Bananas hand them their first loss of the season? Only one way to find out. We get into game number 5. Mad Max, oh my goodness, landing backwards, trying to get that flick. That would have been maybe one of the sickest shots that's ever occurred on this channel. That, at least in a competitive scenario like this. Mad Max out of the corner, or off the sidewall in the midfield, and Annie to Insanity. Insanity pops it up and over Denzi in his own corner. Idea trying to get it out to the mid. Insanity there for it, but Pinnacle keeping it away from their net. Denzi, oh my, gets the carry over the defense and allows the Bananas to put it in for him.
Honestly, it was such a good carry over them, and all what Disney was trying to do is just pass it mid. He knew that someone was going to be there, but he didn't expect the bananas to be doing the work for his teammates. But I feel like right now, bananas just need to calm it down. They need to calm it down and just try to take some time, take the time to try to actually form something.
Yeah, they might be doing a little bit too much, but they got plenty of time. A little under 4 minutes. They're only down by 1. They just need to take some deep breaths. Now they're down by 2. Mad Max gonna take advantage of them being awkward on defense.
Like you said, the unfortunate awkwardness, B just not being able to get the right carry that he wanted, kind of putting Insanity in a bad spot. All what Insanity could do just pop it out, and Max just happened to be there, just slot it right past him.
Yeah, they're gonna do that every time. You know, almost everybody, actually probably everybody on this Pinnacle roster is. You give them that easy opportunity, they're gonna take it and they're gonna score it. They're that team, and so you can't allow them to do that. Bananas now down by 2. Will they be able to make a comeback? Insanity with the shot. Annie makes it in front of it, doing his job as he has been all series long, holding it down solidly on the defense for Pinnacle. As Mad Max is going to clear that one all the way out. Annie up with it, looking for the double touch. He finds it, but it bounces off of Insanity. Dinzy coming in to clean things up.
I mean, I guess Andy said, "Hey, it's my turn on the front pitch. It's my turn to do something," and he did something indeed, creating that beautiful play for Denzi, just making the entire Bananas team awkward and just being able to create such an amazing play like that.
Yeah, that looked. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nah.
I was just gonna say that looked like a catch-22 type situation, Miles, where Insanity was doomed regardless of what he did. He got a huge save, not allowing that double touch to come in, but it resulted in Dinzy being able to put it in and, just take a more commanding lead for Pinnacle.
Fade between almost a goal out of from Idify and being able to threat. Deniement again. Pinch? Question mark from Denzi and Max is going to be Anti getting a clear down. Almost a redirect on net. Anti's just still trying to keep it in, but Idify is going to take it himself. Up to B. B. Looks like he's going to try to read it here, try to pass out. Idify passing it out mid. Insanity getting a shot on. It's going to be another Pinnacle offensive push. Max just trying to get it in. Gets a demo off as well. Insanity is going to be on the ball. It's going to be right to Max again. Idify being able to deny Max is going to be right to Anti. Anti going to try to get carry. Gets denied by B. Max taking it himself. Gets a musty. Looks like he was trying to go for a reset or a pop or something like that. Didn't work out. Insanity taking it down himself. Passes it mid. Lob shot almost in the top corner. And honestly, a minute and 20 left. It looks like Pinnacle are just having their fun. Oh! I guess I'm just right. They're just having their fun. Max with a musty off the backboard and then just lobbing it to Denzi. What a play.
Holy, what a read from Denzi. Wow, all the way down like that. And the touch that came out from Max and his ability to just see that ball waterfall and get in front of it. Crazy. And Pinnacle's showing us why they are one of the scariest teams in the Titan League right now. Mad Max backwards. 1 minute left. Dinzy with the touch over to Mad Max, who pinches it back across. Idea sending it down. Annie is there. It's going to take a little bit of time. 50s with Insanity, almost dangerous. Bananas 40 seconds to make 4 goals. Not in a good position for them. They really got to turn on the afterburners at this point to make something happen, and they need to do it fast. Insanity a little bit awkward on the ball. 30 seconds remaining as Dinzy gonna get bumped by Mad Max there. little team bump, little love bump, if you will. Mad Max just getting really crazy with it. Oh my goodness. But not able to get that through. Insanity said, no, sir, I am not going to allow you to do that to me on the live stream. In the final seconds here, B going to sneak one through. 3 seconds left. Bananas taking home at least a little bit of their dignity.
Yeah, just unfortunate how they had to go out like this in Game 5, forcing the Game 5 against an amazing team. But unfortunately, they broke down. But at least they were able to at least sneak one away, just to keep the confidence high.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
a loss hurts. So anything you can do to sort of take a little bit of that pain away, I understand. And I gotta give it to Bananas. Some teams will, when they get into that position where it's like, yeah, this is hopeless, they just stop playing. I've seen people even leave lobbies before on streamed matches, and it's like, yikes. But Bananas, held it down. They really tried until the final seconds, and they did it. That was a good performance, I gotta say. Game 5 can't really ask for much more as far as content goes, Miles. And Titan Game 5, I mean, that was peak. Bananas did well. Pinnacle just are very strong.
Both teams did well. Pinnacle just came out on top, doing what they do best, absolutely making it look fun on the field. And to continue on the fun part, it looked like they were just having fun the entire time. It's like Bananas weren't able to do much. They weren't able to create anything, and Pinnacle just took advantage of it and did what they liked.
Yeah, they certainly did. And ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps up our stream for the night. Really appreciate everybody coming out and supporting the stream. However, there is one last thing that I'd like to do before we go. I need to do a couple of shout outs. I need to check the Twitch stream real quick. Yes, we do have a Vinsky with the resubscribe with Prime. Shout out to Vinsky for that, 7 months. And then I've got a list of people here I want to shout out. Our premium subscribers here in the Nemesis League. We've got the novice subscribers. Shout out to Loosh, Jeff Masters, Icarus, and Hardpoint. We've got the challenger subscribers. Shout out to Chunklight and Velatech. And the top dogs, the premium Titan subscribers. Big shout out to Sodak, Rogue, Rilo, Owen, Crip, and Chillin'. Big ups to everybody who comes out to support the Nemesis Gaming League. I really appreciate it. I cannot tell you how much it means to me, how much it means to all of us. We really do a lot to try and bring you some premium Rocket League content. And, I might be a little bit biased, but I think we do a pretty good job. But again, thanks everybody. Miles, thank you for joining me up here in the booth. It is always a pleasure to have your Titan expertise up here helping guide my boomer eyes along.
Hey, I'm glad I can help. Glad I can help any day of the week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps us up. We will be back. I think we've got Sunday. We've got a tournament going down, a Novice League tournament. And then next Monday, we are on break for Thanksgiving. So unfortunately, we will not be having any streamed matches, league matches, as we'll all be on break. But I think there might be something in the work for some sort of community thing. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me. But Sunday, we do got a tournament. So join us for that if you will. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Paralyze my heart. Don't wanna feel your touch like ice, tracing all my scars. Why is it hurt on the inside? It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let